I think everybody starts playing basketball to have fun, right? That's why we all started playing it and started coaching it. I think at the same time, I think our number one goal as a program is to have guys come through and play in our program for 4 years and have a rewarding experience. And rewarding and fun are a lot different. And we've been talking a lot about that with our team lately. I learned that from a coach that I really respect. Because if you're doing it right, everything you do shouldn't be fun. Because part of being part of a program is making sacrifices. A lot of the things should be fun, but rewarding and fun are different. And sometimes you need to do things that you don't want to do or maybe aren't fun to get where you want to be as a player or as a program. So I could talk a lot about that and go on for a lot of that. But we talk to our guys about that a lot. The difference between those two things, and if you're just in it for fun, then intramurals is a good option, or playing pickup when you feel like it is a good option. If you're in it to have a rewarding experience, and you have to make sacrifices, and I think you can learn a whole lot more and grow a whole lot as a young man if you're in it for something rewarding.
Can you talk
It's
about
a serious answer to your question there. So.
Oh, yeah.
Can you talk about what's been, I guess, most installed with the team so far to test out with the Missouri trip coming up?
Yeah, so really excited to get going with counting games now. We're still so young. Still only in about 12, 14 practices, whatever it is. So I know that the days where we're good, we're really good, and I know right now the days where we're bad, we're really bad, which is somewhat to be expected with a young team. So just a ton of teaching to do still with so many guys that haven't played. So much of basketball is making the appropriate read in any given situation. How is the defense guarding, and what set or what cut or what option do we do offensively? How are they? What are they doing on the offensive end, and how do we guard that action? And we still have a lot of guys that still need to keep learning those things. So the key is with a young team, in my opinion, is to get them enough information that they can execute, but keep it simple enough that they can still play fast. And we're not quite there yet as far as understanding our stuff well enough that you can still just react and play fast. So we have some guys that are still growing in that regard, and I think that's why sometimes our guys look really good and sometimes they're thinking too much and look really bad. So we knew that a little bit coming in with a young team, but I'm really excited about the growth that we've had, and we've had a lot of opportunities to get better against some different competition through scrimmages and things of that nature. So just ready to go for real now, and really and kind of find opportunities to keep growing.
Coach, you talked about last week that you wanted to have your team experience getting pushed a little bit. From what I heard, you got pushed a little bit on Saturday.
Yeah, we had a scrimmage on Saturday, played Black Hills State, so with a lot of upperclassmen. So much more physical game and a lot bigger guys than we played against in a couple of our exhibitions. So just good to get exposed a little bit in some ways, and good to realize that we have to be a little bit more crisp than we were maybe opening up that game. So like I said, just another chance to get out there and see where you're at. So all about growth early in the year especially, but throughout the whole season, and especially with the young team. We just fighting to get better every day and fighting to learn every day. It's just when you're playing freshmen and sophomores at any level, there's a lot of challenges, and we're playing a lot of those guys, and we're playing some juniors that are playing for the first time for us as well. So just got to be good teachers of the game of basketball from our coaching staff, and our assistants have been really good at that, and we got to keep fighting for that every day as coaches as well.
What do you know about your two opponents this weekend?
Yeah, two teams that have really, over the last few years, really made some great strides in their basketball programs, kind of trying to build programs that weren't successful into being successful programs, and they've done a good job of that with some new coaching staffs. So that's probably number one, is they've had to teach their teams how to win, and they've done that over the past few years, taking some great strides forward. And then just playing two road games, basically. One will be a neutral court game, I guess, but we'll be playing in a familiar arena to those two teams. So that'll be a test for us as a young basketball team too, trying to go play those guys, and then play two teams that are quite a bit different in the style of play that they like to play. One's a little bit faster pace, and one's a little bit slower pace. So it'll be good for us to see two different styles and see how we can adjust playing on back-to-back days.
Wouldn't the bigger focus when it comes to game planning for another side not really come until maybe like the conference opener, considering like you have so many young moving parts? You kind of focus on yourselves before.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, just the number one thing right now is to focus on our basic stuff and what can we do better every single day. And then we can start tweaking and doing game planning stuff. We'll do it a little bit, obviously, this week, and the goal certainly will be to go down and win 2 games. So we're not going to ignore our opponents, but the main thing right now is just learning how does Minot State play basketball. And we still have guys that have got to make those things habits on a day-to-day basis. And I know that sounds a little bit like coach talk, but we've really got to do that. There's a right and a wrong way to do everything. And we've got to figure out how to do the right way a little bit more consistently, so we've got 5 guys on the same page at any given time.
Practice-wise, you guys having more good days or bad days so far then?
You know, we're having more good days. That's a good question. And we've got guys. Our guys are so eager to learn, and they work extremely hard. I mean, we really play hard, and we're really coming eager to learn. And they're spending a ton of time in the office, watching film and talking through things. And that's really all you can ask for right now is guys making the commitment to getting better. And we have some guys that have been here for a year or two that are really first figuring out what it takes to be successful in college athletics and how that's different from what it takes to be successful in high school athletics. And you're talking, you have 20 hours a week now, which is an average of 3 hours a day, basically for the whole week. And you've got to get that in, plus your time in the training room and other things. And most guys aren't used to that. And we have some guys that have been in our program that have really kind of figured out the way that I'm doing things. If I want to play at a high level, I need to commit myself a little bit more and spend a little bit more time in the gym. And then that doesn't even count the extra work that you get in on your own time from day to day. So it's been good to see some guys mature in that way and mature in their understanding of what it takes to be a good player at the Division II level, and just trying to help those guys meet their goals now. And once they've figured out what it takes and the extra work to put in, now it's in my job to put them in situations to be successful, and just excited to do that.